कर Namaste, my dear brothers and sisters, boys and girls. The love and blessings of the Mother and Sri Aurobindo to all of you from Sri Aurobindo Ashram Delhi branch. And this devotional song that you heard in the melodious voice of Soumya Narayanan is a prayer to the Mother, which gives an ardent expression to the devotee's aspiration. The divine has been addressed as Paramashaktimay, that is the one who has the supreme power. Supreme power, not supreme force. The difference is that force can be blind, but power is a self-aware force. And that is what the divine, at least one aspect of the divine is, a self-aware force, that is power, and the power that is supreme, the power that enables the divine to do everything. And the devotee's aspiration is that let this supreme power descend into me. In Sri Aurobindo's and the Mother's Yoga, both ascent and descent are important. The ascent from where we are towards a higher consciousness, and then the process is completed eventually by the descent of the divine, which transforms every part of the being. And that is what the devotee is saying in this, and giving it an expression in different ways, that let, as a result of that descent, me, instead of being outward looking, become inward looking. Bahar ki gati tyage manva. Let my mind give up its preoccupation with what is outside me and look within. Why? Because when we look outside, we are primarily engaged in sensory pleasures. When we look within, that is where we discover the divine. So let me become inward looking and move from ignorance to knowledge. And the ultimate thing that does it is love. So the devotees praise for divine love, which would find expression in different ways in life, and that is what would make life meaningful. Dhanya bane yeh jeevan. Let this life become meaningful as a result of the descent of the divine, which will give me true knowledge and light, make me more inward looking, and fill my empty mind, my thirsty mind, with your divine Amrit, or the elixir of life. That is what this devotional song was about. With that, now we move on to today's session, and Aditi will take over. Please sit down in a comfortable meditative posture. Remove your watches, glasses, and remove from your pockets any keys, cell phones, or purses that you might have, so that there's no obstruction to the movement. Sit totally relaxed in a comfortable meditative posture. The body and mind completely relaxed. Eyes closed. Let's start with a prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let's start with the warm-up. Loosening of hands and fingers. The wrists up and down. Sideways. Rotation. Rotation in the opposite direction. Okay. Loosening of the neck. Please look left and right slowly without a jerk. Up and down. Be particularly careful while looking down if you have pain in the neck. Sideward bends. Okay. Loosening of the knees. The other side. Change the side again. Rotation. Rotation in the opposite direction. The other side. Opposite direction. Okay. Loosening of the hips, butterfly movement. Okay. Please stand up slowly. Hands in and out breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hand stretch breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 135 degrees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 180 degrees. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Ankle stretch breathing. Please bring the hands in front of the thighs. Keep your eyes open. Fix your gaze at some point immediately in front of you. As you inhale, take the hands up and stand on your toes. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Surya Namaskar. Please leave about 1/3 of the mat in front of you, 2/3 behind. Adopt Namaskar Mudra. Take your hands up and back. Padahastasana. Ashwasanchalan. Hold your breath in the next posture, Parvatasana. Exhale as you come down to Ashtanga Namaskarasana. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. The next half of the round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath in the next posture. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Relax for a while. Feet a little apart. Shoulders drooping. The neck relaxed. Eyes closed. Slow and deep breathing. As you breathe in, the abdomen moves out. As you breathe out, the abdomen moves in. Trikonasana, let the feet stay apart. Take one of the hands up slowly. Stretch and bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back slowly. The other side. Stretch and bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back slowly. Okay. Kati Chakrasana, feet a little further apart. Inhale as you take the arms to the horizontal position. Exhale as you turn to one side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale as you come back to the midline and exhale as you turn to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale as you come back. Exhale as you bring the hands down. Utkatasana or the chair pose. Feet close together. Bring the arms straight ahead in front of you and go down to the chair position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale as you come up slowly and exhale as you bring the hands down. Please lie down in Shavasana. Slow and deep breathing. As you breathe in, the abdomen moves out. As you breathe out, the abdomen moves in. Prishtabhumi Tadasana. Stretch yourself as much as you can at both ends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back slowly. Relax in Shavasana. Slow and deep breathing. Meru Vakrasana, or the spinal twist. Feet close together. Arms sideways. Hands facing down. Right heel on the left knee. Take the right leg towards the left. Look at the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale as you come back slowly. Exhale as you straighten the leg. Inhale as you take the left heel to the right knee. Exhale as you take the left leg towards the right. Look at the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale as you come back slowly. Exhale as you straighten the leg. Relax in Shavasana. Setu Bandhasana, or the bridge pose. Palms facing down. Bend the legs. Separate the legs by a short distance. Lift yourself up in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down slowly. Straighten the legs and relax in Shavasana. Pavan Muktasana. Bend the legs. Encircle the legs with your arms. Try to bring the thighs as close to the abdomen as you can. And if you do not have back pain or neck pain, take the face as close to the knees as you can. 1, 2, press hard. 3, 4, 5. Inhale as you come back slowly. Head down, legs up. Bring the legs down slowly without lifting the head. Relax in Shavasana. Slow and deep breathing. Today we'll add two new postures to the lying down position. First, Yogasanas or the boat pose. Feet close together. First we'll do an easy variation of Yogasanas. Bring the hands near the body, palms facing downwards. Lift the arms, head, shoulders and the chest up. Now that's half a boat. Now lift up also the legs. Now that's a full boat. Purna Yogasanas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back slowly. And relax in Shavasana. Now we'll do a little more difficult variation of Yogasanas or the boat pose. Feet close together. Take the arms overhead as in Prishtabhumi Tadasana. Stretch as much as you can. Lift the arms, head, shoulders and the chest up. Now that's half a boat. Now lift up also the legs. Now that's a full boat. Purna Yogasanas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Please come back slowly. Yogasanas looks like a simple posture, but it's pretty strenuous. But it's extremely beneficial for strengthening the abdominal muscles. Relax in Shavasana. Slow and deep breathing. Now we'll relieve the stress in the neck due to Pavan Muktasana and Yogasanas by doing Matsyasana or the fish pose. Feet close together. We'll do a very simple variation of Matsyasana. Bring the hands near the shoulders. Press the hands against the mat and lift the head up. And then rotate the neck backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press the hands again so that you can lift up the head a little. Straighten the neck. And come down. Relax in Shavasana. Slow and deep breathing. Bring the feet close together. Right arm overhead. Left hand on the abdomen. Bend the left leg. Pressing the left foot against the mat, turn to the right hand side. Bring the left hand down to the mat in front of you. Taking the support of both the hands, sit up slowly. Position for Paschimottanasana or the forward bend. Inhale as you take the arms up, stretch and bend forwards. Try to reach the toes, bend at the lower back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale as you take the arms up. Exhale as you bring them down and come to Dandasana. Relax in Shithil Dandasana. Shithil is relaxed. Slow and deep breathing. Konasana, feet close together, hands a little to the back. Lift yourself up in the middle. Look back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back slowly. Relax in Shithil Dandasana. Vajrasana. The thunderbolt posture. Inhale as you take the arms up. Give yourself a good stretch. Exhale as you come to Shashankasana or the rabbit pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale as you take the arms up. Exhale as you bring the hands down to Vajrasana again. Relax in Vajrasana. Position for Ustrasana or the camel pose. Legs a little apart. Inhale as you take the hands back one by one and try to reach the heels. Tummy out, chest out, look back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale as you come to Parvatasana or the mountain pose. Give yourself a backward push and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the knees down first, then bring the face down to Makarasana or the crocodile pose. Relax in Makarasana or the crocodile pose. Feet apart, slow and deep breathing. As you breathe in, the abdomen presses against the mat. Bhujangasana or the cobra pose, feet close together, hands near the shoulders, forehead on the mat. Rotate the neck backwards. Lift up the head, shoulders and the chest. Let the abdomen stay in contact with the mat. Look back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down slowly as you breathe out and return to Makarasana or the crocodile pose, feet apart. Slow and deep breathing. Shalabhasana or the locust pose, feet close together. Take the hands towards the legs. Close the fists and place the closed fists under the thighs, a little towards the inside of the thighs. Lift the legs up. Let the chin stay in contact with the mat. Don't bend the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down slowly and relax in Makarasana or the crocodile pose. Slow and deep breathing. Dhanurasana or the bow pose, let the legs stay apart. Bend the legs at the knees. Try to hold the ankles. Lift the thighs and the chest off the ground. Bend as much as you can. Look up. Relax the face. Bring a smile to the face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back slowly and relax in Makarasana. Slow and deep breathing. Taking the support of both the hands, please sit up slowly. Now we'll do a few eye exercises. Without turning the head, please look left and right, just using the movements of the eyeball. Slow and smooth movements of the eyeball. Please look left and right. Relax the eyes. Rub the palms. Warm up the hands and then cup the palms and place them in front of the eyes. Please bring the hands down slowly. Now look up and down once again without moving the head. Okay, relax the eyes. Okay, you may bring the hands down. Diagonal movements, up and left, down and right. Now up and right, down and left. Okay, relax the eyes. Okay. Rotational movements of the eyeballs. First clockwise movement. Anti-clockwise. Okay. Relax the eyes. Okay. Full yogic breathing. One hand on the chest, one on the abdomen. As you inhale, move from the abdomen up, and while breathing out, from the shoulders down. Count mentally from 1 to 5 while breathing in, and from 10 backwards to 1 while breathing out. While breathing in, as you move from the abdomen to the chest, guard the abdomen so that the abdomen doesn't go in again. Maintain a slow and uniform pace, slow and the deepest possible breathing. Okay, you may bring the hands down to a meditative posture and resume natural breathing. alternate nostril breathing or Nadi Shodhan Pranayam. Please adopt Nasika Mudra. Take the hand towards the nose. Block the right nostril. Breathe out through the left. In through the left. Block the left, out through the right. In through the right. Block the right, out through the left. Please continue like that. The change of nostril comes after each inhalation. After you breathe out through the left nostril the next time, you may stop the practice, release the mudra, bring the hand down to a meditative posture and resume natural breathing. Today we'll add one more pranayama, Kapalabhati. Literally, Kapalabhati means a shine on the head. But before you do the practice, it's well to keep in mind that there are several contraindications to Kapalabhati, that is, several conditions in which Kapalabhati should not be done. And the absolute contraindications, that is, those situations in which it should never be done, are peptic ulcer, hernia, epilepsy. But there are also a few relative contraindications, that is, one should avoid it or do it very cautiously, like back pain, neck pain, high blood pressure, heart disease. And also women should not do it during menstruation and in advanced stages of pregnancy. So if you don't have any of these conditions, you can do the practice. The practice consists of forceful expulsion of the air through the using the abdominal muscles, and this is followed by passive inhalation. Normally we make an effort while breathing in. Breathing out is by and large passive, that is effortless. But here it's just the opposite. It is breathing out that is active, and after that comes passive inhalation. And this active exhalation or actively breathing out is quick, jerky through a movement of the abdominal muscles. So to breathe out, we take the abdomen in, the abdomen moves in using the abdominal muscles quickly, forcefully and with a jerk, and this is followed by passive inhalation. We start slowly, but then we build up speed and do it faster. At a stretch, it should not be done for too long. Beginners should probably do it not more than 15 to 20 seconds, but with experience, one can do it up to almost a minute. But then it's always better to be on the safer side, and if you want to keep the number of counts in mind, then maybe about 25 strokes should be okay. Beyond 25 strokes, you have to see how much your capacity really is, because going on longer than that at a stretch can produce a dizzying spell and the person might even faint. However, after doing it for 15-20 seconds, 25 seconds at a stretch, you can stop for a while, breathe naturally, and then do one more cycle of Kapalabhati. but it should not be done for very long at a stretch. So you should stop well before you get that dizzying spell. And after you have done one cycle of Kapalabhati, it's quite possible that you don't have an urge to breathe. That is quite normal and natural, and you can just wait till you once again feel like breathing. Okay? So please begin. Forceful expulsion of the air using the abdominal muscles. Speed up. Slow down. And you may stop. You may do it once more. Please begin. Speed up. Slow down. And you may stop. The last pranayam is a relaxing pranayam, Bhramari. Deep inhalation through the nose, as deep as during full yogic breathing, followed by the chanting of a nakara while breathing out. Inhale. Feel the soothing resonance in the head as you chant. Inhale. Very good. Inhale. Last 2 rounds. Inhale. Take a real deep breath in. Inhale. Please lie down in Shavasana. If it's cold, you may use a blanket or a shawl to cover yourself. Feet 1 to 1.5 feet apart. Hands a little away from the body. Palms facing upwards. Eyes closed. Slow and deep breathing. As you breathe in, the abdomen moves out. As you breathe out, the abdomen moves in. Now we'll relax each part of the body one by one. Relax your feet. Relax the calf muscles. Relax the thighs. Relax the lower back. Relax the upper back. Relax your abdomen. Relax the chest. Relax your hands and fingers. Relax the arms. Relax your shoulders. Relax the neck. Relax the jaws. No clenching of the teeth, please. Let the lower jaw drop. Relax your cheeks. Relax the eyes. Let the eyes remain closed but not tightly shut. Relax the forehead. No creases on the forehead, please. Relax the head. Now your whole body is totally relaxed and the mind completely at peace. Slow and deep breathing. As you breathe in, the abdomen moves out. As you breathe out, the abdomen moves in. Please move your fingers and toes a little. Take the right arm overhead. Left hand on the abdomen. Bend the left leg. Turn to the right hand side. Taking the support of both the hands, sit up slowly. Keep the eyes closed. We'll end the session with a mantra for universal well-being. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Please rub your palms. Place the cupped palms in front of the eyes without actually touching the eyes. Enjoy the eyes relaxing in warmth and total darkness. Bring the hands down along the body. नमस्ते, सदा रहो हंसते, चलो योग के रास्ते. Means namaste. Keep laughing and walk the path of yoga. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed the session. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer.
There's one question in the chat box. Is Kapalbhati abdomen stays in all the time?
No, it doesn't stay in all the time. You take it in with a jerk and breathe out actively. After that, even if you do nothing, and in fact you're supposed to do nothing, on its own, and while you are breathing in, the abdominal muscles will relax, and as a result, the abdomen will move out.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Namaste.
In the practice of yoga, about the back, the spine, if we are trying to heal it consciously, it would be over a long period of time. But what can we do when it comes to, the curvature or the muscles which are not very flexible or have been misused for a long time? How could we do something like that? If you could talk a bit about that, that would be helpful. Thank you.
Well, a detailed sort of discussion and practices for back pain will come much later in other modules. But briefly, the when you talk of the curvature, you're thinking of the bones. When you say the muscles, you're talking of the muscles. Back pain is invariably a problem of the muscles rather than the bones. And the priority in yoga, which works very well for back pain, is to first relax then to improve the flexibility, and finally to try and build up the strength. And the strength has to be built up not only in the back muscles but also in the abdominal muscles. Because what happens is that when you are, say, lifting a weight, uh, reflexly there's a contraction of both the back muscles and the abdominal muscles, and the result is that this entire girth of the abdomen becomes one rigid cylinder, and the result is that the weight is being carried by this entire cylinder. And those of you who have studied physics and remember some of it would realize that if this weight is being shared by the entire girth of the abdomen, plus the back, of course, which includes the back, then the pressure per unit area will be much less than if it has to be borne only by the back. So it's not being borne by the back, it's being borne by this entire cylinder, which now has become rigid. On the other hand, if the muscles are weak, then that may not happen, and then the pressure is more on the back, and then since the cross-sectional area of the back is much less than that of the abdomen, the pressure per unit area is much higher, and therefore the back has to bear the brunt of it. So we are trying to firstly learn to relax, because a muscle which is in spasm, and if a muscle is painful, it goes into a spasm as a protective reflex, because then you will not use it much. So it's sort of nature's way of telling us, let this muscle not be used, it is injured. So as a result of that injury, the muscles go into a spasm, a state of partial contraction. That actually increases the pain, but then it is a warning, it is a protective reflex. So first we are trying to learn to relax them. And anything which is tense, if you try to bend it, it's more likely to break. So do not try to bend it at that stage. So first priority is relaxation. Then relaxation alone is not enough. Since the back has to be used for movements, the back should become flexible, and that is what is happening in these postures. And finally, we want the strengthening of the muscles, both the back and the abdomen, and there are different sets of different sets of postures. For example, postures like that series, Bhujangasana, Shalavasana, and Dhanurasana, that will strengthen the back muscles. Whereas practices like Uttanapadasana and Naukasana, they will strengthen the abdominal muscles. So you're working on both sides and strengthen the muscles using those. And then you are ready for a little more strain on the back. So that's why, properly speaking, if a person has chronic back pain, we start with some of the simplest exercises and gradually build up. And it comes to roughly a 9-week program. This 9-week program was designed by a person, Arthur Brownstein, who stays in Hawaii, but he got his yoga training in Kaviladham, Lonavala in India. He's more Indian by temperament than an American. Now, you sort of cut a long story short, he came here because he had severe back pain. His back underwent surgery and nothing helped, and then that's what brought him to Kaviladham in Lonavala. And he learnt it. He became a yoga teacher himself, and now he has specialized not only in back pain but in chronic pain in general. So this person, Arthur Brownstein, has built up a systematic, logical 9-week program in which you start with the simplest of practices and go to the more difficult ones by the end of 9 weeks, so that at the end of 9 weeks, a person who had chronic back pain is in a position to now do almost everything that a healthy person does, except that when he is doing Padahastasana, that is the forward bends, which should be always avoided in back pain to start with. But by 9 weeks, this person can also do Padahastasana, except that he has to do what is called Prasarita Padahastasana. That is with the legs a little apart. So he can do even that. So back pain can be healed, but then one has to go slow and not sort of try to overdo. Initially do no forward bends, only the backward bends, and build up gradually. So that sort of is the type. And apart from these exercises, the other things in back pain are what I call ergonomics and education. The triple E: exercise, ergonomics, and education. Ergonomics, that is, you learn to do things in your everyday life in a better way with less strain on the back. How to lift a weight and things of that sort. If the floor has to be mopped, how to mop it. So these are all things, if we give a little thought to it, we would realize that sometimes we don't do these things in the best possible way. So exercise, ergonomics, and education. And that is what we are doing through this course. If you understand your disease better, you can treat it better.
Right. Thank you so much. So relaxation, flexibility, strengthening.
Yes. Right.
Okay. If I can ask one more quick question, what
Sure.
is? I mean, obviously there's a role of prana. Could you talk a bit about the role of prana and body consciousness also in this? Thank you.
We'll come to that in a few sessions later when we talk about pranayama, also in a theory session, apart from the practices that we are doing. But that, of course, is fundamental because we are trying to uh, use the prana for not only keeping us alive but also keeping us healthy. And the prana is capable of doing a lot more than it normally does if only we let it do. And that happens in these practices if we are doing them consciously. And with practice, not only you can let the prana flow more freely through the body and do its job better in keeping us healthy and healing wherever there is anything wrong, the prana can also be directed to a particular part of the body. So you can direct it towards the back if that is where it is. So sort of it's a combination of a meditation in which you are directing the prana, meditation to silence the surface activity of the mind, because that background is important for the direction of the prana, directing the prana to a particular part of the body. So you do that and then couple it with visualization, because the way your mind is visualizing it happening also helps in directing the prana in that direction.
Yes, Promita ji, would you like to ask any question?
Yes, Namaste, sir. I'm really sorry my connection is very bad today, so I can't switch on my video. And sorry once again if I'm repeating the question because I couldn't hear the other person asking it. My question is I have this spinal cord problem, as in the lower back. So there are few asanas which you are showing in the video. I am not able to do it. So can you suggest any alternative asana, or should I just skip them?
The best option is to skip those which you should not be doing if you have back pain. Okay.
Okay.
And in general, what you should avoid is forward bends and practices like Kapalabhati.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Uh, just one question in the chat box, that when we do neck exercises, we don't do neck rotation clockwise and anti-clockwise.
Yes, that is deliberate because not much is gained by doing that, but it could be risky, particularly for people with the cervical spondylosis. That's why we are avoiding the rotation, because once you've done forward bends, backward bends, forward and backward bends, and looking left and right and sideward bends, then not much additional benefit will come from rotation.
Sir, namaste.
Namaste.
Sir, actually, in the 8 limbs of Patanjali Yoga, you have defined about yama and niyama very clearly. But asana and pranayama not given. So, what you are giving through the practical, those asanas and pranayam, whether it will be included or again separately, some classes will be given on that asana and pranayam theoretically.
And there will be theory sessions also on asana and pranayama. Uh, but you're quite right. Patanjali does not talk much about the asanas and pranayamas the way we look at them now. He has given just the bare fundamentals, which are also important. And that is because each school has a certain focus. And the focus of Raja Yoga is on perfection of the mind, and that is why these practices have not been given in detail. And the books which emphasize or sort of which give these practices a little more in detail, in fact, came much later. Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Gherand Samhita, they came later, and Gherand Samhita, which is relatively the most recent among these classics, gives many more of these practices, and still even Gherand Samhita doesn't give all those practices which we are familiar with today, which means that there have been innovations later, and teachers have been adding more and more asanas, more and more practices, more variations. So it's an evolving sort of discipline, but the fundamentals which Patanjali has given still apply, fundamentals of asanas as well as pranayamas.
And sir, one more thing. Whenever you are doing the asanas, we are countering every asana with its opposite so that the balance will be maintained. So I want to know mainly for that Paschimottanasana, Halasana, and Sirsasana. Are there any counter posture, any other asanas?
Shirshasana is a relaxing posture. So once you are relaxing totally, then you do not need a counter pose. You need a counter pose for a stretch, not for relaxation. Which are the other postures you mentioned? For Pavan Muktasana. Did you ask a counter pose for Pavan Muktasana?
No, actually Halasana and
No, just
Sarvangasana.
name the posture.
Halasana and Sarvangasana.
Halasana we are not doing. Halasana is one of the more difficult postures, and we are not doing that. We are neither doing Halasana nor Sarvangasana.
Oh, But
But if you do
that,
those, then Matsyasana could be used as a counter pose for them.
sir.
The fish pose, which we are using as a counter pose for Pavan Muktasana.
Okay.
It serves as a
Thank you,
counter
sir.
all these Matsyasana.
Alright, then, if we don't have any more questions, we come to the end of today's session. Tomorrow, we will have another guest speaker with us on the topic Integral Yoga. Dr. Anand Reddy will be talking about Integral Yoga. And today, we end with the meditation music. Thank you once again for. Okay, Siegfried has another question. Yes, please go ahead. Maybe we can take that and end. Dr. Mukund wanted to ask? Yes, then go ahead.
Thank you very much, Professor, for your excellent guidance and also for the administrative staff. I just want to ask one thing. When we do a thunderbolt pose, there's a lot of pain in the knees. So if we have to do the other poses, how do we do this? For example, if we have to do Ustrasana, or if we have to do the backward bends, how do we do that?
Well, an asana should not be painful, and therefore, if you have pain in the knees, is it because of osteoarthritis?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So, if it is osteoarthritis, then you should not be doing Vajrasana. You can do whatever you can do while sitting in Sukhasana. So, to the extent you can do in Sukhasana, you can do that. And what you can do is increase the frequency or the number of times you repeat the loosening practices which you do in the beginning. In the beginning of the session, we have loosening exercises for the knees.
Yes.
You can increase the frequency of those. Do them 10 times at a time instead of 5 times, which we generally do. We do it about 5 times, but you can do it 10 times and do it 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
मातर निखिलं मम तव चरणे मातर निखिलं मम तव चरणे सर्वात्मा मे स्थितम् पारावारे जीवन मरणो धरणे मातर निखिलं मम तव चरणे मातर निखिलं मम तव चरणे